So today on the channel, we're going to break some rules. My own rules. Alright, what we have here is something I don't even know if I've talked about on the channel before. This is my Forget About It box. Something I came up with around the time that Walmart was clearancing out 3DS titles. And everybody I was watching on YouTube and everybody I knew locally was buying them for like $10 to get like $2 to $3 to maybe $5 in trade value at GameStop. It was a really weird time. And I was just like, there's no chance that that is the best thing to be doing with these games that are going to be very difficult to find at retail, especially brand new. So I decided to put them in a box and, like the title says, forget about it. Well, it's been about, well, what is time? It's hard to say how many years it's been. When did Walmart stop carrying 3DS titles? Was that like 4 years ago? 5 years ago? Less? I really don't know. Let me know in the comments below. But we're not going to forget about the Forget About It box. We're just going to evaluate it at this point in time. And of course, there's also other random things like sealed Joy-Cons, some Nintendo Switch Online accessories, stuff I picked up when I felt like I had extra money, which I don't even know what that really means anymore. And I was just like, oh, this is a sealed game, let me put it away. I'm not someone to get something graded, so I was just like, let me put it away anyway, because you gotta think if someone was doing something like this in the days of the GameCube, they'd be really well off by now. Just like if you converted this all to GameCube games from way back when, and you'd forgotten about it for multiple years, it'd be kind of a big deal. But let's take a look. All right, let's go through this systematically in categories. So first up, we have a game that actually is going to come out of the Forget About It tote because I've been marathoning this cartoon. And I bought this because it was just like, oh, cool. It's like yet another Sega Genesis game on the Switch. Even more reason to never own an actual Sega Genesis console. And then eventually I was just like, am I actually going to play this? I don't know. Probably not. But now that I've been playing, or now that I've been watching the series, I kind of want this in my collection. Unfortunately, this does qualify for like being one of the main, things to point to with why having stuff put aside like this is good. So this game originally would have been $35 plus shipping. It's brand new sealed. So it's going to sting a little bit opening it eventually, but I mean, it's expensive used also, so there's that. So this is going to be being added to my Switch collection, which I just filmed the Switch collection video, so that won't be in there, obviously, because I did that already. Go check that video out if you haven't. And then the other games in the stack are ones that I'm going to probably just list now rather than save for later. Because for one, we got Activision Anthology, brand new sealed. Everything here is brand new sealed in this video. Otherwise, it wouldn't be in the box. And the reason is, this goes for about $40 on Amazon right now, or at least that's what the listings are at. And I don't see a reason why this would go up for any reason, so it doesn't make sense to hold on to. And a lot of these other ones were games that were in my collection that I decided not to keep in my collection at some point, so I put them in the box while I decided, and I just don't imagine these are going to appreciate much in value. My Hero 1's Justice 1 and 2, Taiku no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival, a game I've never been into really, but I probably bought it for $10 at Walmart probably last year. Danganronpa Decadence. I was super into getting this game because I've heard so many people talk about it, and then the more I looked into it, it just really doesn't look like a game that I would play myself. It'd probably be one that I wouldn't mind watching someone play, but anything horror adjacent and I'm pretty much ready to check out immediately. Call me what you will. A bitch. And lastly, Spyro Reimagined Trilogy on Xbox. Well, for one, it's an Xbox game, so what are the chances anybody who collects Xbox, well, what are the chances someone who has an Xbox is going to care about getting this game when they probably just download it? I feel like Xbox is the number one, like, digital console, so those games out of the way. Next up is a stack of games that I'm going to keep in the box. I don't expect much out of, to be honest. Based on what they are, the titles they are, maybe the condition they're in. I know that I said everything is sealed, but some of the games in this stack in particular have condition issues despite being sealed. So we have River City Super Sports Challenge. I don't remember where I got this. It might have been on eBay for very cheap, but the actual like condition of it is kind of rough. Actually, it was probably Amazon. This might have been a random Amazon purchase, but you could see like the damage there. But I have no desire to actually play this, so I wasn't going to keep it in my DS collection, so I put it in the box. It'll stay there. Maybe a YouTuber will talk about it at some point and it'll spike. Who knows? Next up, we have some games from a Square Enix sale from years ago. Square Enix, I believe around leading into the holidays, would have like amazing sales on their website of sealed games, and I believe any of the Square Enix games you're seeing in this video, I probably paid somewhere in the range of $8 to $15 for. I don't remember them being that expensive. So we have Final Fantasy Fables, Chocobo Tales. I checked, this one's only going for like $35-$40 right now. Space Bust-A-Move, another one from the Square Enix sale, oddly enough, despite being a Taito game. I believe they own them, obviously. And, yeah, probably like a $25 game. A weird one that I don't remember how I came about it. It might have been from eBay. Windy Windham. Windy Windham. It's a fighting game of some sort. I don't remember why or how I have this, to be honest. I feel like if I'm recalling a story about this, it would be something along the lines of I purchased this not knowing it was sealed off eBay, and then I never wanted to open it. And I was also like, am I ever going to open it at this point? I don't think anybody has this game on their mind, so I can't imagine it appreciates in value. It's probably going to stay right where it is, but we'll put it in the box. Here's a game that's probably worth the least out of everything in this entire stack. Doom 3 VR Edition. I mean, that one I might open. It's horror. I'm not going to play it. I do have a PlayStation VR sitting over here that I'm supposed to test at some point, but I am apprehensive about doing so. Big shout out to Gamers Manuel for hooking me up with the navigation controller you see there, so I could actually play the games I have. Next up, we have Oceanhorn, Monster of Uncharted Seas. I believe this was some sort of limited title. Yeah, limited run games. It's not faring well in terms of rising in value compared to some of the other games that are in here. And then two titles that I would be very happy to have in this box, and I am going to keep in the box, but mostly because I don't know what to do with them otherwise. Skyward Sword, as you can see, or maybe it's hard to see on video, but there's definitely issues with the artwork. I think that moisture got in and really kind of effed up the artwork on this one, as you can see here. It's still sealed, but I'll be damned if I think anybody would really want it, unless it's like 10 years down the line and it's actually a novelty. And then we have Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Wii U. First off, it's a Wii U title, so bleh. But then also has condition issues. A little bit of a puncture on the back here, and it's not the first print. So not exciting to have in someone's collection if they're looking to curate some sort of sealed collection. Next up, we have a pile of Switch games, as I shift things around here, that are mostly games that are just staying in here because I didn't want to keep them in my collection, like Griffin Knight Epic, one of those strictly limited games that comes with a postcard that I personally kind of hate just because I don't want extra stuff that doesn't go in the package, and even if I open this, it wouldn't fit. It's the same size. Like, but I feel like somebody who's going to collect something is going to be like, oh, you don't have the postcard? It's not really complete then. Anyway, I don't know anything about this game. This game came out, I believe there was another title that Strictly Limited released alongside it that I don't have in this video, and I don't remember what was. But I was really, like, speculating at that point on Strictly Limited run, so I was buying, like, 2 of everything that came out for a little bit. And this is the one I have left. I probably sold the other one at Too Many Games when I vended there in 2022. Next up, we have Pigeon Dev Games, yet another limited-esque run premium edition games, their second game that it came out with. This one's depreciated in value. A whole grip of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I believe I got these from Best Buy on some sort of clearance. It might have actually been on Best Buy Online, now that I think about it. And I've definitely gained some value on it, but I don't know. I also realize that this is a video that might rub people the wrong way. Just like talking about value and speculation. Oh, speculation! Appreciating games! It's a different kind of video. Not every video is going to be for everybody, especially not on this channel. Tanuki Justice, Pixel Heart Games. It's limited of some sort. Only 20,000 made? Jesus, that's not that limited for a limited game. It's a game I convinced myself that I wanted for my collection. I probably had extra money at the time, and then, like, upon reviewing it, I'm just like, I'm in the pantheon of games that I don't have time for. I'm not making time for this one. And as I said in my collection video for the Switch, I'm a big fan of compilations. However, if a compilation has 0 games that I want to play on it, I don't really see a point. And I'll be honest, Ninja Warriors is the closest thing to being something I want to play in this, but I'm actually getting rid of the other Ninja Warriors game that came out on the Switch anyway, so I'm just not that big of a fan of that series. Wonder Boy Collection, yet another collection. I played... Which one did I play? I get these 2 franchises mixed up often. Wonder Boy and Alex Kidd. I get them mixed up, so I'm not 100% sure if I played this. It might have been Monster Boy that I played early on when the Switch came out, and I did not enjoy it, and I kind of bought this, then regretted it, so it's sitting in this box. Maybe it'll go up in value, and I'll be happy that I kept it for a while. Alex Kidd, Miracle World, same thing. Probably got it for super cheap somewhere. Bravely Default. Honestly, a game that I wouldn't mind having for the collection, just because I like RPGs, and it is Square Enix. I don't realistically see myself playing it. I don't hear a lot of people talking about Bravely Default 2 anymore. It seems relatively forgettable from that respect. The first game didn't really click with me. I don't know. And Astria Ascending, a game I don't believe anybody's talked about ever. And I must have got these super cheap. And they barely appreciated. Now, on to the stuff that I am very happy to have in this box, because, well, actually, I didn't check the controllers. I know I got a little bit of value gain on the Skyward Sword Switch controller, the Switch Joy-Cons. I don't know anything about the value on the Nintendo Switch Online, NES, and Super Nintendo controllers, but let's go over here first. So, earlier last year, or maybe 2023 even, I don't remember when. Whenever this would have came out. Any hints? Any knowers? 2023. For some reason, my Game Exchange had this in their case, brand new sealed, for the same price they would have regular Pokemon Violet. So I think they had it for like $50 or $60. So I decided to pick it up because the expansion games always end up being much more valuable. That one's worth... Actually, I don't even know right now. I didn't check. But I know sealed, even open, it's probably at least $100. And then for Switch games, we have Paper Mario Origami King. I feel like this one has to appreciate in value just because no one talks about this, and it's probably the worst selling Paper Mario game on the Switch. I mean, I feel very safe in saying that because Thousand Year Door probably did gangbusters compared to that. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, Fire Emblem game, probably going to appreciate in value. Valis Collection 1 and 2, I have them in here because their limited run cards are with them. To be honest, I want to like this because of the anime influence, just like that old school anime look, because I'm super into that, but actually playing the games, it's not worth opening them for me. And then we got Pokemon Shining Pearl. It's a Pokemon game in 10 years, you know, well worth keeping. And Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Probably something I would bet on being worth something in the future. And then we have a Twilight Princess Nintendo Selects on the Wii that's actually in pretty decent shape. And I believe I got that at my thrift store for $20. So then we have the better titles, I guess, from what I remember, when I looked things up a few minutes ago, from the Square Enix sale. Front Mission. Unfortunately, I didn't get these in multiples for some reason. I basically picked them up as if I was going to keep them in my collection, and then I realized I was never realistically going to open these, rather than find them used somewhere. 4 Heroes of Light, oddly enough, right now. Final Fantasy 3, and Dragon Quest Monsters Joker. And then, of course, basically all the games I got from Walmart. So, like I said before, all my friends were purchasing these games and trying to get rid of them as soon as they possibly could with, I would estimate, reckless abandon, to the point where they're spending $10, $13 to make $3 or $4, and it just didn't make any sense to me. Anyway, so we got a whole bunch of, well, we got 3 Super Mario Maker 3DS, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moons, and a grip 7 of Super Mario 3D Land. The only thing is, all these are Nintendo Selects for the most part, because that's what they had on their shelves. But we're looking at each game here being in the range of $30 to $35. Zelda games, brand new seal. Hey there, Cory from the future editing this video, and I realized that I'm putting up numbers on the screen that don't match up with what I'm saying. When I was filming this video, I was checking what I could sell the stuff for on Amazon, because I could sell on Amazon, which not a lot of people can. Well, not everybody who watches YouTube can. And I put the eBay prices because eBay, regardless of what you could sell something for on Amazon, what something goes for, at least in my opinion, will always be set by eBay. So I figured if I'm going to be talking or showing values, I'm going to show you the value of what you could expect the game to be worth based on eBay value as of today's date. For the 3DS, going to be worth a decent amount in the future. I actually didn't look this one up. It might be good now or mediocre now, who knows. Animal Crossing New Leaf, already $40 something. And then, of course, Pokemon Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun. I believe I had more of these at some point. I don't know. And then Hey Pikmin. I don't actually know if that was from that Walmart sale or clearance. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. And finally, Yokai Watch 2 Bony Spirits, which oddly enough the listings don't make sense on Amazon, so I can't even know what they're really going for, because they have Bony Spirits with the fleshy spirits picture or whatever, and vice versa. But that is going to do it for this video. Found some games to take out of the box. Gonna get that back assembled and put away, and maybe we'll revisit this in another 5 years and see if it was a good decision to be sitting on these games for so long. But until then, we'll be seeing you.